Hey, 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 hey now. Look who's here. Mz.Teavalocity. Let me see, add to stream. Hey, hey, what you guys doing? I am here on a Saturday because I did everything I had to do this morning. How's everybody? Listen, we're going to be a little shamessy. Just a little bit of shamessy. Oh, look at me. That's my tea. That's my tea. We're going to be a little shamessy. And plus, I want to talk about some real life topic shit, some real stuff. So, last week I did a live. No, the beginning of this week I did a live, and I didn't have anyone in here but two people, two or three, which I thank those three people because they engaged. But someone must have seen the video that I did about Savannah Dura. Now, I always tell you, please, before we get into it, hit that like button, please. I don't know if Diva in here yet. Let's see. Let me go to comments. Is that my diva? There's my queen. So I'm not sure. You guys come on and drop down and hey, ain't nothing wrong over here. We cool. We ain't gonna do nothing to you. We got a different decorum over here. We ain't hooping and hollering. But I did a video and it was alive, and I think I might have got two or three people. And I was a little disappointed because I thought the video was a damn good video. Hey, Regina. What's going on, baby? Happy holidays to you. It was a good live because I was talking about this Savannah Dura. Now, let me tell you something about me. I have a strong discernment. And when my spirits tell me something ain't sitting right, it ain't sitting right. And so I looked at this chick on IG, right? And she a young girl, 23 years old, and I felt bad for her. Hey, Teach! Long time no see. How are you? So, I said, man, this is a good story to cover. If something going on with this sister, she was kidnapped. She 23. Oh, me. Much love to you, baby girl. If she was kidnapped, then I want to put this story out here because I think we should share this story because I'm here to share shit that's real. Not all that drama and all, but things that should matter to us. And when we have a platform, we should use our platform. You could use your platform the way you see fit. I use mine to share good information. I try to motivate people, inspire people. So that's what I'm using mine for. So this Savannah Dura story, right? This Savannah Dura. So I checked out the story, and then I was researching, and I saw a video of her sister on IG saying that the girl was lying. But when she showed the court documents, my first thought was, damn, she got evidence. She can't be lying too much if she got court documents. Well, I couldn't see the court documents right away. I went back to look at the court documents, but this is what someone wrote. And that's why I know that my videos are getting out there. They said, this is a scam, y'all. I looked her court documents. She has two different white men that were both 9 and 10 years older than she, and she has children with both of them. The one she's saying kidnapped her because she said they kidnapped her. They had treated her like a slave. When she was 15, her mother abandoned her. If you guys don't know what this is about, then you guys take a look at my upload. Because when I did it as the whole full video, for some reason it wouldn't allow me to upload the whole live. So, okay, so the girl says to me, or the lady, I don't know who is, she says she kidnapped her. She was in a relationship with both. He bought a 4-bedroom house for him and the kids because she wasn't getting them to school. So the court stepped in. The $500 he had to pay, she also has to pay. It's a court deposit. Her story makes no sense because she is lying. She claims he held her hostage after he went for joint custody of these kids. This is sad. And in court documents, she has 2 daughters, not sons. She said that her son comes home every time he go to visit the father and say the horrible things that the father is doing to her. The lady says she has 2 daughters and no sons. It's really people out here through stuff, and she is lying about it. Here's the sad thing about it. Hey, Taylor, my baby, happy holidays. Now, there's some real people out there that has been kidnapped. We have no idea where they at. It's gone under the radar, and that's why I'm using my platform to keep it, out there in the spotlight. They've been kidnapped. We have no idea where these people are at. A lot of young Black women go missing, murdered and missing and exploited and sex trafficked. There's my word. You know how I get up. So there's some real shit out there. And here this lady makes up this story. And not only did she make this story up, she has a GoFundMe. And when I looked at the GoFundMe, her GoFundMe was sitting at $4,000. She needed 10. Well, she was sitting at 4. Now, if you scam in GoFundMe and someone report that as a scam, they will pull that GoFundMe, and I believe they will give those people back their donations. Now, I told you her sister said it wasn't true. Then you had this Caucasian lady who's from that hometown, and it appeared to me, from what I read on her IG, is she's part of that gentleman family who Savannah's lying on. So my spirit was right. I said, you know, I'm gonna run this story, but I just don't believe this girl. But I never ever want to minimize someone if they're a victim. I don't want to re-victimize them as well. So you have to take it with a grain of salt. So I try to step lightly when I talk about subjects like this if I don't know the hardcore facts. But my spirit would not allow me to believe this girl. So yes, it is a scam. Hopefully, if you guys heard this story somewhere else and you decided to donate, you know, you could get your money back because she is scamming. Now, had she came out here and said, hold on, let me get my clothes right, girl. I'm all over the place. Had she came out here and said, hey, listen, I'm in a court battle, and unfortunately, I don't have the money to fight this court battle to get my children back, then people would have still had gave her money, I believe. But because she made it sound so sad, a lot of people donated on sympathy. I didn't donate a dime because I told you I didn't feel right about it, so I wasn't giving them my money, you know. But so that story was a scam, but this story was not a scam. Take a look at this. Let me run the story because I want to talk about Rakayla Briggs. I don't know if y'all heard about Rakayla Briggs, but here you go.
Back. We are asking you to bring her back because we're not going to stop.
That's the plea from the parents of 11-year-old Rakayla Briggs, who police say was taken from her home without permission. The parents say it was a 22-year-old man Rakayla met who took her. I asked, where did she meet him?
Internet. Instagram. Parents, we encourage you. Parents, check phones, check internet. You never know.
The parents say Rakayla packed a bag and left home Monday. They say she deleted her social media accounts and isn't answering the phone. They say the man she is with has pictures of other minors on his social media accounts.
22 years old. 22 years old.
Do you think she's in danger?
She's in She's in danger because she's not home.
Police say they got information the pair went to Macon and are now headed to Texas. The parents want the public to keep an eye out for them.
We ask that you guys pull cameras. If you have any content, any videos, anything will help that will lead us to bringing her back home.
Finally, Rakayla's mother had this message for her.
Rakayla, we love you. We love you, girl. Come home.
I have so many questions about that too. Well, here's the update. Rakayla Briggs, bear with me. Rakayla Briggs, an 11-year-old girl who went missing on December the 13th, 2022, was found alive by police on Friday. So the little girl was returned back home. Now, Briggs was at risk of becoming a victim of human trafficking. Details regarding where she was found or if she had company have not been released yet. Law enforcement officials have stated that they will reveal more details about the case after further investigation. Before police received any update on the location of the young girl on Friday morning, they mentioned that they believed Briggs was in danger. Police recovered her safely. However, they have not confirmed whether it was a potential case of human trafficking or not. Now, 11 years old. Yes, we know that 11-year-olds have cell phones, tablets, and everything. And we're not sure what they're doing on there. If you don't have a tracking device or you don't have some way of keeping up with what your children are talking about on their phones and on the tablets, then you should. Somehow you should. And I'm sure because there's some type of app you can have, because my daughter tracks that. My daughter tracks my granddaughter and keep up with what conversations she has going on the internet. So I said that to say this. This is high peak season for beefing, like in the YouTube we see in the beef sector, and it's high peak season always for human trafficking. There was Ella Good, I did a story on, Felicia Johnson, Ariana Taylor. Uh, it was is a lot of young ladies that's gone missing. We haven't heard a thing about them. Now, I believe they could have been in, sex trafficking. To, that word gonna get me, sex trafficking. So I don't know where those young ladies at, but that's why it's so important that we keep their voice, keep their pictures and keep the informations and try to get the updates highlighted. Because if we don't use our platforms, if we don't be the voice for the voiceless, then it will continue to happen. And it's happening a whole lot. A lot of young Black women are going missing. Now, where they at, we don't know. You may see them run a story maybe for a day or two, and then after that, you don't hear about it anymore. So that's what we need to use our platforms for. I know I'm going to use my platform for that. So let me see what some of the, then we go get into a little bit of the mess, but not very much, because I'm not too up on the mess. Hello, beautiful. Hello, Regina. I just signed on to YouTube, and here you are. Great time. And thanks, Regina. I haven't seen you in a long time. Hope things are going well for you. Umi of One, it's always a pleasure to see you, beautiful. Thanks, Queen D. Teach and learn. I haven't seen you. And, you crossed my mind about a week or two. I said, I just haven't seen it. But I think I lost your information, baby. That's why I haven't contacted you. We lost contact for a while now, so I don't have your information, but contact me. I would love to talk to you and check up on you. I have had a lot of health issues. I had a massive stroke. Oh man, sorry to hear that. I'm glad you're recouping. I'll keep you in prayer. Hey, Nisi Pooh, what's going on? I haven't seen you in a while. So these stories like with Kayla, we need to keep in the forefront, unfortunately. But 11 years old, my question is, baby, where your mama? Baby, where your mama? That's Truth Enterprise. I was joking. But where was her parents really? They knew a lot about it. They knew that it was a 22-year-old man that she had packed her stuff, and went with. So I'm just wondering what else is going on. Something else is going on. And the picture is, I think, a little deeper. I don't know, but again, when I have discernment or my spirit say something don't sit right with you, 99.9% times I'm right. I am very much right. And something is not sitting well with me with this story as well. But I'm glad the little girl is back home. But how do they know she was going to be potentially, sex trafficked? Sex trafficked. That word that always gets me. How do they know that? And so I guess they have the man in custody. They never said. I'll look for an update to see if they, if he was in custody, because they never mentioned that a man was in custody. In fact, it sounded like they just may have found the little girl by herself. So I'm not sure. I have to keep on top of that. But that's what we need to be very aware what our grandchildren and children are doing on their laptops and their iPads and their cell phones. The other day, I was sitting across from my 10-year-old granddaughter, and she was playing a video. I don't know what the hell it was. It was a video. But then I hear this woman cussing like a seller. I'm like, what are you watching over there, Pops? What are you watching? And I said, whatever it is, turn it off. Now, no doubt that Pops hear us cuss. I mean, we cuss. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sugarcoat. So no doubt that she heard it, but I don't know what she was watching. So I made her turn it off. We need to know what our children are doing on the tablets and on the phones. We need to pay close attention to that, because a lot of stuff is happening. I got a call yesterday coming home from work, and a person that I know had a fentanyl overdose. Now, from what I gather and what the people was telling me who's related to that person, it was put in her cigarette. I thought that was strange, but I don't know. I only know fentanyl as far as how you give it medically in the hospital. I don't know about all this stuff that, the lacing and all that, but they say you need to be real careful with that fentanyl as well. But she had overdosed off fentanyl. Thank God she's alive. But they said it came from a cigarette. So even if you smoke, don't borrow cigarettes, okay? Don't drink after anyone. Don't let anyone give you anything to drink. I hate to say that. I'm at the point where I don't trust anyone. So I can't trust them. Hold on. Girl, I had to come off that camera. That shirt is wearing me. When I notice shit like that, it bugs me. But yeah, she had a fentanyl overdose and it's safe from a cigarette. So I believe that she had borrowed the cigarette and maybe they had laced it, or where she was staying with the people, they laced it. That's what they say, a cigarette. Now, I didn't know. I'm sure if you crush fentanyl, now I'm trying to think about it, in the medical perspective as far as being liquefied. No, I think they used it and they crushing the pills or whatever. Yes, the little 11-year-old Briggs girl. Now let's talk about it because something is definitely not right. Thank you, Regina. Something is not right. Something didn't appear right to me with the parents. They said they were her parents, so we're gonna say they were her parents. But from her pictures, she looked developed to be 11 years old. But God, I don't want to be judgmental, so I try to, but you know how little girls are kind of fast ass. That's what she appeared to be, maybe a little fast ass girl, but I don't want to label that baby like that because she's still a kid. She was still an 11-year-old kid. But you got to know something is wrong. That 11-year-old could pack up and leave with a man, but the mother and them know that she's with a 22-year-old man. That's what blew my mind. And he had pictures of more young girls on his site. So you was aware of his site. So that's how you knew who she had left with. I don't know why you couldn't have prevented that. I don't know. They never said, they just said they found her. They didn't elaborate on who they found her with and where. I know at one point they said that they thought that she was headed to Philadelphia, but they were in Macon, Georgia. So maybe they found her in Macon, Georgia, but somehow someone had to have track of her because they knew she was still in Macon, Georgia, and they hadn't went to Philadelphia yet. But again, 22-year-old, you sure know a lot, Mom, and you know some shit that you just not telling us. And that's why I have so many questions. So many questions. So I'll keep an eye out for an update on that, but she is home safe. Please hit the like and thank you. And I was like, Truth Enterprise, baby, where your mama? Now, where's your mama? I think Truth is funny. The 11-year-old mother said the man her daughter was talking to on social media was 22 years old. She also said that her daughter deleted all of her social media. So the mom is aware of him. She is aware of him. That's why I think it's a little deeper, Regina. The mother and them, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry to say this, but if my kid was missing, I think I would have had more emotions. It just seems like it wasn't enough emotions, like concerns. Yeah, they did that video. We love you. Come back. If your kid on social, yeah, they did all that, but I just didn't feel the connections. You gotta feel the connections when people share emotions with you. I didn't feel it. I just didn't feel it. So I don't know, you guys. I think something is more to this story, but again, I don't want to judge. I don't want to judge anyone. So I was saying that she did look so grown. Did you see the pictures? She looked very grown. And that's something we have to be aware of too as parents. Now, my children are grown, but I have grown children. But I often speak about what my grandchildren is wearing. I don't care. You have to be very careful because we have perverts out there. And you have to make sure you check their social media. You know, where are they? Who are they talking to? A lot of times these kids could be lured, you know, from people off the internet. Shit, it's adults, y'all already know it's adults who could be lured off of the internet, you know, to go somewhere. But for her to pack up her clothes and go with a 22-year-old man is deeper than what we think. That's why I said I have a lot of questions. Yeah, she was too grown, but they let these kids have this color hair. They let them have lashes, nails, weave. Now, I ain't gonna talk and I ain't gonna front and sit here. I ain't gonna cap. My granddaughter, she wears weave. She wears nails. She has a banging body, you know, and I always pray over, but I tell her mother, some things I wish you wouldn't let her wear, you know, because of the body she has and she's built. Some things, but my daughter, hey, that's her raising her daughter. I just always pray over my entire family and my loved ones. I pray that nothing ever happens to them. And see, a lot of people don't put it out there. A lot, hey, baby girl, what's going on? They don't put it out there, but we have to be the voice of our own people. We spend a lot of time on bullshit. Some stuff we have to get a hold. It's happening too much. Too much. And the reason why it's happening so much is because we ignoring the fact that shit like this happens every day and it could be you. And a lot of times because it hasn't hit your doorstep yet, you don't care about it. But I care about all these children. I don't know them, but they are all our children. You know, and I truly do care. I was praying that this baby was brought back home safe. And I'm not sure what she got going on, but they need to straighten her out to be 11 years old to get up and go with a grown damn man. To pack your stuff at that. You're thinking much more higher than my 11-year-old granddaughter. She ain't even thinking about that. You know, so that was a little deep for me. That's why I said I have a lot of questions about what really took place there. You know, I'm believing something else was going on in this little girl's Raquela Briggs story. I don't know. If they don't tell it, we'll never know. You know? So mental health. Let me switch to this because I'm not gonna be before you too long. Mental health. Mental health. Twitch. I don't know if it's just me being a leery person, being just very leery of everything that goes on, or me being able to look past some stuff, you know, look a little deeper with Twitch. That bothers me. But just because someone is making videos every day, smiling, talking positive, you know, being uplifted and stuff does not mean they don't have something mentally going on. I told you, I know I've been depressed before and nobody in the world would have known it because of my smiling and me keeping myself up and continuing to do what I had to do. No one would have never known I was in that position to be that depressed. So I don't know what was going on, but it was strange that my man Columbus Short put this out.
Yo, so just got off the golf course again. Still, you know, RIP Twitch. And what I talked about earlier, you guys don't know what people are going through. You know, people made investments, people do a lot of things. This is just a theory. You know, people are awful. You know what I mean? Like people like Twitch are not awful. Twitch was amazing, is amazing still. His legacy shall live on. But, you know, what if you invest in something that took your whole life savings, possibly? Yeah, it gets rough. It gets rough. You know, I don't want to speak too much on that, but here what I will speak to, Tracy Christian still haven't given me my money. And this is what I'm talking about. It's like, why? Because you got caught up.
So, with that being said, he didn't want to elaborate on too much, elaborate on what he meant by that, but he said a lot. Because if you are a man and you are accustomed to taking care of your family, and your family, his wife Allison, trusted him with everything and to make smart investments and smart moves with their money, even though he appeared happy, and they appeared like their marriage was together, something to me was not right with that. That man would just take himself out of here like that. And you hear Columbus Short say, as if he knew him, and if I'm not mistaken, somewhere I heard Columbus Short was his good friend or a friend of his, right? A very good friend. And he said that if you lost money, now we know everybody lost money with that FTS, I think it is, the cryptocurrency. A lot of people lost a lot of money in that investment. And if he wasn't able to provide because the Ellen show was canceled, and she had her little debacle going on, and he wasn't able to provide for his family, was it that serious that he would take himself out of here? I would beg to differ. I don't believe it, you guys. I just don't believe that man lost that much money. But if you notice, Columbus Short said your life savings. So did he take everything he had and made a bad investment? Because a lot of people did lose a lot of money, that he got to the place where he just thought it was no need for him to live to provide for his family and just left them behind. I don't believe that's all of it. And we'll probably never know because he offed himself. But then I also heard them say that Twitch spoke about having challenges, past challenges. And I know he was advocating a lot for murdered Black people, for murdered, African Americans. He was really doing a lot of advocating for them, for police brutality and stuff. So I'm not sure if something was haunting him. I don't know why I get this feeling like something was haunting him. Am I the only one that feel like this man did not take his life? Please, if you think this man took his life, put a 1 in the chat. If you still here, put a 1 in the chat. I just can't fathom this man. But again, I said people always seem happy-go-lucky, but deep down inside, they have mental issues. They suffer. And men suffer silence men suffer in silence a lot. So perhaps he was doing that. Maybe he did lose a lot in his investments and he wasn't able to provide for his family, because I'm not sure. I don't know too much he did after the Ellen show. So it is a possibility he felt that he wasn't a man enough to continue to provide for his family. Maybe he was about to lose his stuff. His wife, Allison, didn't have a bad word to say. She didn't appear, from what I seen in the videos, that she thought anything was really happening. It's just weird that she thought because he had left without his car that something was bad was happening. I don't know, because he didn't walk far. He didn't go far from where he lived. So if he left his car, it is not a strong possibility. And I'm just asking that he just didn't go out for a walk or something. Had he not ever left his car behind and went for a walk? I don't believe that, Teach. I really don't believe that. And maybe I'm just becoming too much of a conspiracy theorist person, believing that. But I don't believe that guy took his life for no reason. I don't know if something keeps telling me like he may have had a dark secret or something was about to happen. His parents didn't speak on on him having mental health issues. His wife didn't speak on it. No one spoke on him having or noticing him struggling with any type of mental health issues. So I'm not sure. I know. And they had just did a video, Regina. His note allegedly only addressed his grandfather. The timelines are interesting, very interesting. No, you are on track. I do believe that something else is going on with that too, and I don't even know if we ever find out. First they said he didn't leave a note, and then they said he left a note. And here's my question, you guys. Why is it that TMZ is always on the scene? That shit sound real strange to me. That they are always on the scene when something happens to a celebrity. They're the first ones to report it. Right there just gives me this eerie, unsettling feeling that something else be going on with these celebrities, because TMZ is always there. Why? Why is TMZ always the first to report? Hey, TaylorMade, how are you, sweetheart? I don't believe what is being reported. No, me either. And with that Ellen thing, and what they say about those celebrities and sacrifices and, people living with deep, dark secrets, something else is more. Something more. I don't know how to connect it, but something more is going on there. Now, will we ever know? I don't know. I don't know if we will ever find out what really happened. But like, his note he left was brief. He never said he was suffering from mental illness. He just said he had some challenges. So what was his challenges? That they were so bad that you would off yourself. And then I heard somebody else say, or I saw in another video where he was receiving calls, several calls before he took off to go to that hotel. And the hotel wasn't very far from him, And yes, they may have found a pow with him, but also, if the pressure's on you and you don't want something to be revealed and somebody is saying, hey, I'm going to reveal this, or this is going to happen, I need you to meet me somewhere. Did he owe someone money and didn't have their money and they was coming after him? Or they was going to come after his family? I don't know. You guys, something just ain't right. Something ain't right in the buttermilk. You know how I always say, something ain't right in the buttermilk. It's not right. So you followed him and he seemed so happy. But Taylor, people could seem happy. I used to mask my depression. You would never know unless I told you. So, you'll never catch me slipping. My hair was always there. I was dressed nice. I was clean. I kept up my job, my appearance, my happy go. But I really wasn't there mentally. But it was just a facade, because I didn't want no one to know my business. And I'm always used to taking care of myself. You too. Thank you. Please make sure you contact me, Teach. Happy holidays, beautiful. Talk to you later. So, even though you can appear to be happy, you don't have to be happy. But him and his wife really appear to be very happy and in love. I've watched several clips of shows that they was on, interviews, him dancing. I never got the feeling that this man suffered. You would think at one point that you would see some sign of mental illness. Every now and then you got to slip or look depressed. I mean, I don't know. Because look, I even looked at this. This was after he left Ellen. Hold on. Now, I can't say too much. I can't say nothing about that. He looked like he was doing okay. It seems like TMZ was trying to prompt him to say different. Hey, you got to chill. Thank you, baby, for joining me. TMZ was trying to prompt him to say something different. you know. He didn't look at the camera though. And of course he was moving. I don't know where he had to go. I don't know where he was going to, but he kept it moving. But still there, he didn't appear to be like down because he had lost his job on Ellen. But we all know that Ellen and them was caught up in a lot of stuff too. And who knows? Who knows what he knows about her, what she knows about, what goes on behind the scenes? Because I'm telling you, that industry is wicked. You might start out with a pure, good intention, a pure heart, but getting deeper in that industry, there's certain things you just have to do if you want to excel. And it seems like the people that I've heard from, as far as videos, research or something I've been doing, and they don't take the yellow brick road, and they decide to just go and on a straight and narrow, and they don't veer off, they don't get too far. They don't make it in the industry. So I'm not sure, y'all, but I don't think that man did that. TMZ is the only scripted gossip show that is allowed to report on certain celebrities. Most all gossip magazine shows were all stopped with lawsuits against them. It is started with Princess Diana. I remember that. But why do you think just TMZ? Now I'm gonna tell you what I was watching something and they were saying, and they knew, because I think they used to be part of the paparazzi, and they say TMZ is actually handlers of some of these celebrities. And I could believe that because they always on the scene when something happens to a celebrity. Why aren't they getting sued? They were there on Kobe Bryant's and his daughter's scene before his family knew, before anyone knew about it. How could that be? Unless you got some inside, information. How can you be the first one on the scene with everything? I don't know. Let me see. I don't want to get too far behind because y'all know when I get behind, that's it for me. Oh, why is not showing my hold on, you guys. Am I frozen? Can you guys see me or hear me? Okay, it won't allow me to put anything up on the screen. Oh, there it is. I don't know what's going on. You got to chill. When the show ends, a lot of entertainers can't handle it. The money, the people go their separate ways and move on. Yeah, and I don't know. Even though he was saying he wished her the best, he really wasn't saying anything too much about Ellen. And we don't know how he departed that show. She wished him much success when the show did end it. She did write a statement. She did a little video clip about how she loved him and will miss him, and she held back the tears. So I don't know. This will not let me. I don't know what's going on with this on their career or drop out completely. Regina, exactly what I said, Miss T. Yeah, something wasn't right with it. But anywho, I just came on here to shoot the breeze, and I know you all. I appreciate you for stopping by. Again, I wanted to run that story about that little Rikayla Briggs. I wanted us to just think about that, think about what our children is doing, to keep our eye out on, our children, grandchildren, children in the neighborhood. And it's unfortunate that we can't do the way we used to do years ago when they said it takes a village to raise a child, and we can't really get involved with other people's children, whether we looking out for the child or not, because the parents take offense to it. And, when you do probably try to discipline the child that you might think is too fast up in the butt, they in grown men face, and you tell them, girl, get from over there and get your butt at home. You don't know if you're saying the right thing because of the type of environment we are in now. So a lot of times we choose not to say something, even if we see something. And I wish it wasn't like that, because I'm sure the way that little girl looked, she knows some things. Levin or not, she knows some things, And so I would pray that, we just look out for our children. Now, listen, I have been to some new content creators, and if you guys don't know about this sector, because there's some people here that I know don't know too much about the sector that's visiting me. But it's been some crazy stuff going on here. These storylines is a little bit too much for me. But I'm gonna tell you, I was up in Reed's bushes, and you know, me and Reed had our little thing. Me and Reed, the heart of Philadelphia, had some of our stuff. Hold on, let me get before I get to that. Let me read Regina's comments. I heard some people trying to blame Ellen. I immediately clicked. Nah, nah. I don't believe Ellen had nothing to do with that. No, I really don't. Yeah, parents be ready to fight you, Diva. That's why I don't say too much to kids. Even with my daughter and my grandkids, I I try not to say too much, even though I do, because I always tell them I'm gonna say what the hell I want to say. But I try not to and just let them raise their children. And like I said, just step back and make sure I pray over my grandchildren and stuff like that. But parents do really take offense when you discipline their child or say something to the child. So sometimes it's best that, and it's an unfortunate thing, but it's best that we just mind our business. When it comes to people raising their children, because a lot of shit I wouldn't do. My daughter was not, definitely didn't wear no weave. She was so mad when I put a Jerry curl in her hair back in the day. But that was the best thing for her back then. But she definitely was not even able to wear makeup, period, or fingernails, none of that stuff, period. We just didn't do it. I think little girls should stay in little girls' places because you have some sick minded men out here that look at those little girls and yes, you're entitled to dress the way you want to. However, some of those dress, some well, I shouldn't say it like, yeah, but sometimes the dressing of children are very enticing to perverted ass adults, period. Little boys and adults. So I would just watch how they dress their children too and make sure they stay in the child's place. But things are so different now. I don't know what's a child's place. I know what's a child's place for me, but not for somebody else. So well, let me get to this. So I've been running, the YouTube streets for maybe the last week or so. And there's so much stuff going on. And sometimes I wish I said, damn, I like the drama sometime, but it's really kind of tearing us down. I can't tell people what to do. It's tearing us down. Yeah, you call your mama with the quickness. I will too. Um, it's a lot going on over here, y'all. But I listened to Read the Heart of Philadelphia, and when I came on here, I had joined Reed and a group of other women, and we were going to just make sure we supported each other, and we had started doing that. Unfortunately, we broke up behind some bull crap. But anywho, if there's anybody commentary that is points on, it is Read the Heart of Philadelphia and she reminds me of myself a whole lot. Sometimes you could just peep game, and I peep so much game down here, but because I don't get into the drama, I don't really come down here and talk about it too much. But she be spot on with some shit. I'll be going, oh, Reed, you got it, girl. You got it, girl. I may be in her bushes. Somebody send me a link. I'll check her out. And sometimes she be spot on. And we all know what this is about. We know it's all entertainment and they entertain. But some of the shit just goes a little bit overboard with the sympathy playing on people's emotions and stuff. I'm just like, girl, boy, this shit is so fake, you know? You consider an adult in this country by the age of 18 years old, even though you are really still a teenager. Yeah, let children be children. We don't allow them to be children anymore. We don't. We don't. All is a lot of children. Like when I go to my grandchildren's competitions and stuff, and I go to the schools or I see these little girls on the street, just walking. I'm like, dang, they look grown. They look wow, 12 years old. Yeah, they look like they about 16 or 17. I think parents are just allowing their kids to express themselves. That's what they call self-expression. And they letting them do a lot of things that I would not allow my teenage daughter to do just because of protection. And because we know how it is down the street, because we always once teenagers, we really are overprotective at some time. I know I'm overprotective because I know what these streets are about, you know, and I know that it seems like it's getting darker and darker out in this world. So we just need to protect our babies. So I don't know. But anywho, I'm not gonna stay long. Being a kid today is so different. It is different, but you gotta chill. We gotta remember that we still have to allow children to be children, and we still have to rear children because even though they look grown, mentally they're not grown, and so they can easily be tricked and lured somewhere. You know, so you got to just keep eye and it's so sad because a lot of parents, to be honest, in different demographic communities, a lot of them are single parents just trying to work and provide for their children, so they not there all the time. So you don't know what your kid is doing all the time, but you do need to stay abreast of your children. You need to put tracking devices, and every now and then you got to be a little nosy and see what's going on in that telephone and on that tablet. Because who knows what my granddaughter was listening to, slinging them cuss words like that. And it looked like when I looked over that it was an adult woman talking. I'm like, well, what are you watching? She never did say what she was watching. She just clicked off of it. It wasn't acceptable, hold on. It wasn't acceptable. Hold on, you guys. I'll be right back. Hold on. So listen. Damn, my feet getting tangled up in my cord. So listen, we got a lot of new content creators here. Have you guys checked out a lot of new content creators? We have a lot of good new content creators. I've been checking them out too. The other day, somebody said to me, they said, Miss T, they said, oh, they said you had a good live, but you only had like one or two people over here. Don't you get discouraged? And I said to them, I said, yeah, I know. I thought I would have had more people. I said, but it's so much going on. And I'm in this sector. The algorithm is in this sector. Then I remember what this preacher said, and I'm going to leave on this because someone told me that the other day they came into my live and the message was for them. It wasn't a lot of people in the live, but they said that message was for me. Thank you for, giving me that message. I said, you know what? God will meet you at your need where you need it. And you came over here just to hear that message. I said, but let me tell you something. I do get a little discouraged when I click on my live and I know I have a good topic that I'm talking about that I believe we should engage in, and we should really, all of us should be concerned, or it's a good, I'm doing a good live and I don't get a lot of people over there. Yeah, you do get a little upset. But I remember the pastor saying, and he's a pastor of a mega church and been a pastor for years now of a mega church. I remember him saying, when I started out in a basement. He said, and I would have one or two people and his wife and stuff come and preach. He said, and I would just preach, and I was a little I got a little discouraged because didn't many people come to see me, and I knew this was God's calling. And he said, then I rented a place and we went into there. He said, and I would go in there on Sundays. He said, and it would only be like 2-3 people. He said, but I was so faithful. I would get up there and I would preach like it was 1,000 people up there. He said that I never stopped delivering my message or believing that eventually it would be 1,000 people that I would be preaching to. And he said, this day, this is my church. I have over 10,000 people that I preached to on a Sunday. He said, I went from believing with just those 2 or 3 people, my wife and my kids. You know, you always bring your kids to the church, and your wife, she gonna support you. He said, and he had just a few members. He said, but he came in there, he preached his heart out every Sunday, and he started to see the church grow and grow and grow. I said that to say this. If you be faithful with a few, I'll make you rulers over many. If I just stay down here and do my thing, I don't have to side with anyone. I don't have to click up with anyone. I don't have to align with anyone that's not doing what I believe I want to do and what I want to be presented on my platform. I'll be just fine if I keep plucking away. So I said, baby, don't get discouraged. Just come on here and talk like you talking to thousands of people. And eventually you'll look out in the audience and it will be thousands of subscribers listening to you. I just wanted to say that. So let me see. And I'm going to get ready to get out of here. Let me drop this link though. Let me drop this link. So, sweetheart, if you listening, remember that. Just come out here and do your thing. You don't have to align with anyone. You don't have to link up with anyone because what's for you is for you. You got to chill. This is true. However, a child is only, wait, let me see. You got to chill. This is true. However, a child is only different today based on how they are being raised and reared up by their parents. Structure, values, moral, etc. begins at home. Exactly, Regina. And I think we are just allowing these kids to run rampant sometimes. They don't have no accountability, no responsibility. They don't respect. A lot of that is not being taught. The morals, the values, structure, all that is included in raising a well-rounded child. And we don't have that. Nowadays, we see a lot of broken homes. So I don't know, because you could be a single parent too and still teach values and morals and have structure. But it's very tough sometimes when you have a single mom with children out here trying to provide for her child and she doesn't have any help. It's difficult for you to raise children. Let me just put it like that. Okay, I dropped the link, but it is 55 minutes. I just was coming in here just to talk about that, to tell you I don't believe Twitch really just unalived himself like that, y'all. It's something deeper. More and more people are unaliving themselves, and usually that's how they do it. That's how they do it. You know who I'm talking about. That's how they do it. Make it appear like you committed suicide, but you really didn't. So, or either you have dark secrets and you could no longer live with them. And so you decide, let you get out here before it get exposed. But I just don't believe that guy just up and did that. So I don't know. Well, you guys, that's it for me. I appreciate you for coming by. I don't know when I'll be on again. I'm off Monday. I work Monday, Tuesday. I'm off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I work the holiday. It's my holiday to work. Please, if you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. If you thought this was a good video, you could go ahead and share it out. Like I said, we have a lot of new content creators. You guys check them out. I don't know a list. They put out a list on, I think, Dear Self channel, somebody channel, but there's a lot of people who's upcoming content creators, and they have a pretty good channel. So check them out if you want to see something a little different. You got to chill. I'm so glad you were here, Miss Regina. It's always a pleasure to see you because you helped me along by your engagement. I'm very, very appreciative of that. Really B TV stopped by. Of course, Really B TV is good. She do some of the celebrity news over there, and she's on top of it because she's come on every day. Queen Diva, of course, I thank you, sis, for joining me. And it was somebody else, Taylor. Taylor was over here teaching Learn. I'll send prayers up for you, Taylor. Made 651 plus my niecey Pooh, my YouTube niecey Pooh, Taylor. She was here. And I think I got everybody who dropped down. For you of those who in the bushes, please make sure you hit that like. We gonna get ready to get out of here. I'm just gonna leave with this. Okay, Diva just told me this was You Gotta Chill link. Diva just dropped You Gotta Chill. Please go over there. You Gotta Chill. I will make sure I get over here, get over there after this and subscribe to your channel. It doesn't hurt for you to subscribe to someone's channel to make sure we get them to the 1,000 that they need. Now, once we get them to the 1,000, or we part of getting them to the 1,000, they have to do the work on their own. But don't listen. If you're a new content creator, Taylor Studio, I checked you out. I was even on Taylor's platform. I sure was. But anywho, because she kept calling me Mz.Teavalocity, she didn't know what to call me. I said tWitchBoss. But I jumped on her platform. And that's something I don't do very much. I don't get on platforms because I really don't feel comfortable on them. I don't know if I just don't vibe with them. And so I don't jump on platforms. But Taylor, I did check her out. You Gotta Chill. I appreciate you for stopping by too. So let's make sure we stay safe. If you see something on your windshield, inside your door handle, on the ground next to your car, I don't give a damn if it's $1 million. Leave that shit down there, because they putting fentanyl and all this stuff. Leave that stuff be. Just drive until it flies off your window. Keep moving those windshield wipers. Just don't touch anything. Don't take a cigarette from anyone. Don't take a drink from anyone. Don't do anything. There is some wicked people out there that's doing wicked things. Make sure you do as much as you can to stay safe. And remember, be a blessing to someone. It's the holiday season. It doesn't take much to bless them. A simple hello, how are you? Doesn't take much, you know? So thanks for supporting me, you guys. I appreciate it. I'm about to get out of here. Be safe.